Gurave Gaurachandraya Radhikaya Iltadalaye Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaye Tadvaktaye Namo Namaha. May the two wonderful syllables Radha, which at once attract even the king of Gokula, which teach the love-filled devotees that all material goals are very petty and insignificant, and which are chanted by Sri Krishna himself, even though he is already the husband of the goddess of fortune, appears before me. May the two wonderful syllables Radha appear before me. Which are chanted by Sri Krishna himself. He who is the husband of the goddess of fortune. Text 95 of Sri Radha Ras Sudaniri by Srila Prabodhananda Saraswati Thakur. This text is revealing something truly amazing, fantastic. The name of Radha is chanted by Sri Krishna. He himself gets the nectar of Radha's name, because as we know, the Harinam, the names of God, are not different than God. In the case of Krishna, the name of Krishna is not different than Krishna, and the name of Radha is not different to Srimati Radhika. Therefore, when we chant Radha, we are chanting the presence of Radharani. Also, this verse reads, the husband of the goddess of fortune, referring to Krishna. And here is not exactly speaking about Lakshmi, but God of fortune also is a name of Sri Radha. Sri Radha is called also Mahalakshmi or Shri, the goddess. And the goddess has own nature, her own nature, maternity, fecundity, and also motherhood or female nature is the wisdom and the knowledge. If we go to the Christian mythology on the Bible, Genesis, when Eve gave the apple to Adam, it's Eve who gave the knowledge to Adam, and therefore that so-called God punished him and all his descendants. Well, that is part of the mythology there, but what we can extract is that the women energy, the female energy, is what brings the full wisdom and knowledge. Even is given that wisdom that is prohibited to the humankind. What is the knowledge? The prohibited knowledge of the humankind is the key to go and open the door of liberation. Liberation is what is prohibited for humankind and mainly for Kali Jivs nowadays in Kali Yuga. That's why we can see a complete cultural environment, system, movies, Bollywood, Hollywood, everything around is all related to keep you trapped inside Mahamaya, the big illusion. So what is prohibited is you to get liberation, moksha. But here, Krishna himself is chanting a holy name, the supreme mantra above all the mantras. Krishna is not chanting Hare Krishna, Hare Ram. Krishna is chanting Radhe 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 Vrindavaneshwari Radhe Radhe Radhe. Krishna himself in Nitya Vrindavan. Another name of Sri Radha, is Nitya. Many of you are familiar, familiar with the word Nitya Vrindavan. Is the word that I use for the supreme realm manifestation. And Nitya is another name of Sri Radha. This appears in Narada Pancharatra text. Over the thousands, the 1000 Sri Radha name, Nitya is also a Radha name. So when we say Nitya Vrindavan, the Supreme Vrindavan, the origin of all the Vrindavan, eternal Vrindavan expansions existing, counting the Bhauma Vrindavan 5000 years ago here on earth. Nitya Vrindavan is the origin and the supreme. But listen, Vrindavana, Nitya Vrindavana, the forest of Nitya, the forest of Sri Radha. So when we call it Nitya Vrindavan, we refer to the forest of Sri Radha and Krishna, because where is Radha, there is Krishna, and where is Krishna, there is Radha. It's not possible to separate them. But I will reveal one secret. It's possible for Krishna to expand himself and to separate himself in order to do some duties like Kurukshetra, Mahabharata, Dwarka, being far from Radha. But those are only expansions of the Supreme. As we can, just to put an example, Vishnu expands in so many forms, infinite forms, the Vishnu avatars. Or as Rudra, Mahadev, Shiv also expand in the Rudras and different manifestations. Also the goddess is expanding and expanding. Thousands of millions of eternal names. And Krishna do the same in order to perform his duties. His role-playing as savior of the world, savior of the demons, savior of the Pandavas, saviors of this, savior of the Bhaktas, here and this and that. But in reality, Krishna never left, and Krishna never want to leave the company of Sri Radha. They are always together. There is a name of Krishna, it's called Shyam, means the dark one, of the dark complexion. But also Radha has the name Shyama, the beloved of Sri Shyam. Shyama Shyam, Shyama Shyam. They are always together. And this verse is revealing so interesting points to understand of our Grantha. This Radha attract to the king of Gokula, who is Krishna. Krishna himself is chanting these 2 syllables mantra, Radha. Krishna himself chants. He who is the husband of the goddess of fortune appears before me. Here is explaining that Krishna is the husband of the goddess of fortune, who is Radha. Here it reads, Prabodhananda Saraswati Thakur. It's not talking about Lakshmi, right? Because Sri Radha is called Mahalakshmi, or is called also Shri, or Sri Ji. She is the supreme goddess, to say, in a way to explain for our material minds, but in a transcendental way, in a transcendental platform, Sri Radha is Sri Radha. Goddess or not is not important, because Sri Radha is superior to everything. This verse 95 of Sri Radharas Sudhanidhi by Srila Prabodhananda Saraswati Thakur. May your prayers, your japa, your meditation, your fasting, your ekadashi, May your sadhana be fulfilled of love, devotion, bhakti. Big blessings to you all. Thanks for listening. Jai Shri Radhe.